Okay, I'm back, y'all, and divinely grateful risings. How are y'all doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic day. Welcome to From the Car to the Kingdom. From the Car to the Kingdom. My name is ToShae Germaine. This is an experimentation, y'all. This is an experiment just to, more than anything else, help people through their wilderness season, help people um, through a challenging time. Um, I'm going to be getting ready today is Saturday. Today is, I don't even know, I think it's like the 18th. I think today is January 18th, 2025. I just woke up. So let me just kind of start this story, y'all. Y'all see me, no makeup, no glam, um, none of that. This is me waking up in the morning. I even had to take my eyelashes off. Okay, I got to redo my lashes today. Um, so literally starting just as I am. Um, I don't know exactly what this series is going to be or how it's going to help someone, but just as a preface to let y'all know what this video is, I currently live in my car. I have been living in my car since March of 2023, but from March of 2023 up until June 11th, 2023, um, I was able to get like Airbnbs because I had my son with me at that time. So I really say that I've been living in my car since June the 11th, 2023. And so I just want to try to share some things. There are a lot of people who right now may be experiencing this homelessness, living in your car, even if you didn't deal with, I'm in California, but I'm in San Diego. I'm not in Los Angeles, but a lot of people have been impacted and lost their homes, and people may not even know where to begin. I know that when I started this journey, y'all, I didn't know where to begin. I didn't know where to start. I didn't know what to do. And I have since learned some things to adapt. I have since learned some things to take care of myself, different ways to make sure that I'm taking care of myself, being on this journey. So I just want to share some things. And I don't know if this is going to be a daily video. I don't know how, however, the Lord calls me to just share things that help me, how I survived, how I maintained out here in the wilderness. I'm just going to share some of those things with y'all. This is the second show that I'm doing. I have another show for those of you who know who I am or have been rocking with me. I give a message every day from the Lord. They're pre-recorded, but today's Saturday, so I'm not recording today. I do honor the Sabbath, okay? So I do honor the Sabbath, but I do want to just share some things that people who are new on this journey, you know, it's not easy when you lose everything because again, I've been there. I chose, when the Lord called me and told me to give everything up, um, in he told me in September of 2022, and to follow him. I did not know that it included being homeless, um, because I really just was like, okay, everything will, I'll bounce back. And so it's been a journey. It's been an experience. And yes, like I said, I've been in my car. Um, and I don't have an SUV, y'all. Like I have a Malibu. Okay, I have a Chevy Malibu, but um, I've made it. I've made it. I've learned how to adapt. I've learned how to, just different things that I've been able to do since I have been in this situation and on this part of the journey. This is going to be kind of raw, uncut, unfiltered. I ain't here to try to sugarcoat it and make it seem like every day is going to be all sunshine and rainbows, because it's not. But I am going to kind of show y'all how I go through my day. Every day is different. Every day, like for real, y'all. Every day is different, and so um, I'll just kind of share some stuff with y'all that the Lord is blessing me to share this journey and this story. And so I may try to do like a daily video and just kind of show y'all, different stuff goes on throughout the day, and maybe I'll like report that on the next video. I don't know. Okay. And what's crazy, y'all, is the Lord put this in my spirituals Um, Man, it's been a couple. He's done it. I used to do this video, this kind of video blog, and I have so many videos that are saved on YouTube. And I said before that I was going to start releasing them. And this is when I was on a different leg of the journey. I wrote it down last night, y'all. I have been to 9 different places in the last, from March of 2023 up until now, because I'm in San Diego now. The Lord has taken me to 9 different places. Um, so we're kind of these videos are kind of picking up in the middle of me being in this journey. Um, just as a preface of kind of what it's been. I started in San Diego, and the Lord said, leave everything and follow me. Did. So I went from San Diego to Dallas, Texas, from Dallas, Texas to Arkansas, from Arkansas back to San Diego, from San Diego to LA, from LA to Phoenix, from Phoenix, Arizona to San Antonio, Texas, from San Antonio, Texas to Dallas, Texas, from Dallas, Texas to Austin, Texas, from Austin, Texas back to Los Angeles, and from Los Angeles back to San Diego. I said 9, it's actually 10, because when I was writing this down, I actually wrote it in my Bible yesterday. When I was writing it down, I didn't count that I had been to Austin. But I did spend several weeks in Austin as well. So that's my Israelite journey that I have been on um, since March of 2023. And so a part of what I will share with y'all are different things that I used, even come on, God. Even like self-care, y'all, things that I do to take care of myself, self-care. I'm thinking about, because today is self-care Saturday, redoing the nails on this hand. So I might end up doing my nails on this hand. I do them like one at a time, so they're always different. So I might end up redoing my nails on this hand today. I don't know. This is my personal day, so I get to kind of just take care of myself. But I will be sharing things that I feel like are pivotal, are necessary on this journey. If you are new in the wilderness, and there are other people who have other things, so please watch other people, but this is just how very minimalistically I've been able to survive, and different things that I've been able to do. um, so first things first, just like everybody else, I'm up, y'all. I'm up, and I gotta wash my face. Of course, you can go to the gym right now if that's your choice. If I have a Planet Fitness membership, but I really like to go to the gym in the evening time. So I get up, y'all, and I do like everybody does. You wash your face, you brush your teeth. I get these wipes I get these from Burlington, actually, and I just re-upped on these. I just got these not long ago. They're like $4.99, and you get 4 packs of them, 120 wipes, so they last a long time. And I usually only use one. Most times I use one, but today I'm using 2 because I took my lashes off today, so I really want to clean my eyes. And so I get those lashes. So that's how I wash my face in the morning. Most people go to the sink, you get a wash rag, you wash your face, but I don't actually have. I have water. Um, I keep 2 gallons of water, and I don't know where you may be watching this from, but when I first started this journey, I was buying like bottled water. I had way more stuff than what I have now, and I will show y'all at some point, like the back end, because I sleep on the back seat. I have like my 2 blankets. I have 3 blankets because I actually got a blanket from the Jennifer Hudson show, because I'm going to be a guest on the Jennifer Hudson show on January 29th. It was a beauty segment, and so another time that I went, she gave us blankets. And so I actually have a blanket that I got from the Jennifer Hudson show. Have never used it. It's still in the packaging and everything. So I kind of use that as a pillow. And then I have 2 other blankets as well. And so this is my wash your face routine. I know people don't, you may see people um, doing these kind of videos or what have you. Come on, 1010. But let me just tell y'all, when I first started, there's so many things that I know now that I didn't know then, things that I know to get now that I didn't even realize was a necessity then. These little wipes being one of them. Not only do I have these wipes, these are specific for my face, but you're gonna need you some baby wipes, okay? You're gonna need you some. And I get these are from Walmart, okay? They're from Walmart. These are just the everyday wipes, and I think they're about $2 and maybe about $2.50 plus tax with including tax. So you're gonna need you some regular wipes. But I buy these specifically for my face because most of, if you know, then I do makeup almost every day, and so wash my face every morning, just like everybody else, right? You get up, you wash your face, and so I'm gonna keep that for a second. I make my own body oils, y'all. I don't know. I'm just sharing tips with y'all. I make my own body oils. I actually have to, this is just my little portable one that I have up here in the front, but I actually have to make my big bottle of oils. Um, because of course I try to do all the things for myself that I would be doing if I'm living in a regular house, the things that I do to take care of myself. And so this morning I already did this, and then the Lord put it in my spirit to record the video. So I got up this morning and just kind of moisturized my neck because my neck was itching really bad. But I make my own body oil, so I don't buy lotion. A lot of the things, like I do my own nails, so I don't get my nails done. But this is something new. I just taught myself how to start doing my nails. And maybe I'll try to, maybe if I, after I finish this video, I may do another video and just kind of um, show that. But it's kind of hard to do some stuff only having my phone. I have another camera, but I don't know how I can position to try to show y'all the nails because I'm still practicing on myself. So um moisturizing, right? I have some moisturizer, but it's back there in my it's in my book bag. And so um brush your teeth, okay? Just FYI, I have water, but let me just tell y'all how I've adapted some things to make it work for me, right? So yes, you can. Most people, you put water in your mouth, all that good stuff. That's cool. But something I've learned to do just to kind of minimize that step. I know it's so crazy that I'm even sharing this stuff, but somebody might need it. I just Y'all, I'm a bargain shopper because as much as I would love to have Listerine, this is the same thing. Okay, so this is just some regular mouthwash. I'm particular about some stuff. I have bought some Dollar Tree. I love Dollar Tree. It is one of my best friends. Okay, so but I happen to really like the Listerine kind of mouthwash, and so I buy this from Walmart. Okay, um, and you don't need very much. Only there's like 10 milliliters in here, and so I use like 10 milliliters, and this is in place of my water. And then now I'm particular about toothpaste, so I do use Colgate toothpaste. This is Colgate Total 24-hour antibacterial. And so I have my toothbrush that I keep right here because I use it every day. And I put my toothbrush on here. Put my toothpaste on here. I have a bag that kind of with all my personal stuff that's right here. Um, and so yeah, true story. But this is again just to kind of give you an example of ways that you can make sure that you're hitting, doing everything you need to do. I do about 10 milliliters of mouthwash. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now moving forward, I won't be showing y'all me brushing my teeth. Because who needs to see that? Okay, but anyway, and that's how I brush my teeth. And remember, I said don't throw that away yet, because I'm gonna use to wipe your mouth. Um, Boom, face wash, brush, teeth brushed, and so I did a late. I go, like I said, I go to the gym in the evening. So when I get up, I'm able to kind of start moving around. If you are a morning person, then by all means, please go to the gym I do that. Sometimes I get straight up and I go to the gym, but that's not what I feel like doing today. Man, it'd be crazy, y'all, when I can put on my glasses all the way because I don't have my lashes on because I had to take my coat. Y'all see that? Look, that's why you got to keep your car. Because my car started rolling. My car started rolling back. I'm on a hill where I was parked. I was on a hill. So I think that today I want to go to the beach. I did spend some time at the beach yesterday. Um, just a tip for, especially for my ladies, okay, for my women. I'm a woman out here in the wilderness, and so I hope everybody doesn't, but I do. I have my protection, okay. I have Lucille, and so make sure that you're protected. I do have like shields, and I just got these, y'all. So I'm always still learning stuff, like picking up stuff, getting stuff that helps me to adapt better. I know that's probably in y'all's face, but that helps me to live better and adapt better to being in the car. And so a few weeks ago, I bought some sun shades, and they fit over your window. And I one of these videos I'll show them to y'all. I bought some sunshades to so that nobody can see in the back windows. But mind you, I just bought those probably about a month ago. So if you that is something that it is an investment that I would suggest everybody get if you're living in your car, because your stuff is back here, and I don't have a lot of stuff, but get these early. Had I known now, had I known then what I know now, I should have been made this investment. I got them off Amazon, y'all. They're just little mesh things. They slide over the window, but you can't see through them. And I had actually ordered some other little things that you can just stick in the window, but they weren't going to work out for what I needed or what I wanted. So get you some. I did a lot of browsing, and I'll try to link some of the stuff that, if I can remember to do it or figure it out. Y'all, I'm not very good at editing videos, so a lot of this is just raw, unfiltered, uncut, because video editing is not one of my things as of right now. I'm going to have to learn it, but definitely get something to cover up your back windows. I have seen, it was random, but I saw because I don't really watch like other people who have been surviving in their cars, but I happened to click on this video, and this guy was basically, he was transitioning out of his car. He had been in his car for like 3 years, and he was moving out of his car. And so he had made made shades for each one of the windows. You will also need one of like a sunshade that you put in your front window. When I was first in Dallas, because that was the first place that I was really home. Well, when I was in San Diego, then I was in LA, but when I went to Dallas, that's where I spent the first part of my time. Um, I did not have a sunshade. And what the hard part for me was that I didn't have any money. Um, I don't know. I'm not here to try to tell you what to believe, but you will always hear me talk about God, because if it was not for God, I would not have made it this far in the wilderness. And I have no other explanation. I can't take any credit, because if it was not for God, I would not have made it as far as I have. So in the first part of my wilderness journey, which was in Dallas, and y'all will see some of these videos because I'm going to release them. And I was a complete, let me just say this, don't be judging me, okay? I was a completely different person then. I was very new on my faith walk. Um, I was very new on, like understanding and learning the Lord. And I'm still new. I'm still learning. But who I was then, especially in my faith, especially in my understanding and even my mindset, like I was so different. So I'm just going to start releasing those videos because I think if they're even still there, I'm not even sure. And I don't even know if they'll be in order. I might just start releasing them because because it doesn't really, just so people can understand and see like the difference between then and now. Who I like, just the way I was thinking then, like the understanding of God that I had then. I'm sorry for whoever. Maybe my prayer. Let me say this. My prayer is that these stories would help you to come closer to God, because I'm trying to tell somebody that you can't do it without Him. If it was not for God, I would not have made it this far. And I'm going to always reiterate that. Come on, 511. I'm going to always reiterate that, because if it was not for God, I would not have gotten as far as I've gotten. I'm a woman who's been living in a car for 2 years, and I know that may not be uncommon, but the fact that nothing has come up against me. I've been completely safe and surrounded by my angels, protected by the Lord. Like, it has been a struggle, but He has covered me and kept me safe. I get emotional about it because people really don't understand. Come on, 426. Listen, man, come on, God. I just looked up on that sign, and it was talking about, it was a date at the 426. That means God. Okay, that number means God. You can go look it up in Strong's Concordance. I receive it, Lord. Message. Come on, God. So I get emotional when I talk about the Lord, because He really has been so good to me. And He always gives me a confirmation to let me know when I'm doing the right thing. I have my cards, and yesterday I pulled the 420. Look, 633 is on that card, y'all. I had to pray. About doing these videos. I'm not embarrassed about my situation at all. I'm not embarrassed about my situation, because you never know that this may have been why God was using me to go through this situation, to help people to go through their own situation, to go through, who would have thought that so many hundreds, so many thousands of people would now be experiencing homelessness and losing everything, and just not knowing, you know what I'm saying, how to come back from it. Where do you start? Because y'all, when I started this journey, I had no clue. There go my grandmama. Every car that's passing by me right now is giving me a confirmation, y'all. God is crazy like that. Thank you, Lord. I receive it. So I told y'all, this is raw, uncut, unfiltered. I ain't cutting no corners. I'm not holding back no tears, because you gonna cry on this journey. You gonna yell. You gonna be mad at God. You gonna question Him, and you also gonna learn to love Him, because it's in this time and everything that I've gone through, that the Lord has been with me the most. And this has been the most difficult time of my life. I'm sorry, y'all, if my camera's dirty, but anyway, I don't even know where I was before I looked up and saw that 426 on that billboard. Thank you, Lord, I receive it. Who knows, that maybe this is the Lord was using me for such a time as this, for so many people, or had me to go through this experience in order to be able to just help people to just understand, like, because I didn't know where to start. I had no clue, y'all. So anyway, I'm going to start releasing those videos. Like I said, I was a completely different person then. My mindset was different. My trust in God was different. my understanding of faith was different. So many things. And these videos I'll be releasing every day. I release another video every day. So if you feel so inclined, and for those of you who don't know, yes, I very much believe in God. I very much have given my life to Jesus. Yes, I read tarot. Yes, I believe in numerology and astrology and all kinds of things because God has used me in a very unique and particular way, and I'm grateful for that. And so, um, man, that just kind of took me back a second, but um, so I hope that if it offends you, I'm sorry, but look past the method and hear the message. Like don't worry about the method of how God gives his message is not as important as the message itself. And so I hope in my prayers that people can see past what they think is wrong, because God, everything that God made is good. It's us that turns things, it turns bad. And I'm again, these messages are here to just help somebody get through the wilderness. I am, y'all, it just is real life. It's my real life in real time and how I go through my day. Today just happens to be self-care Saturday. And so, look, there go 511 again. Today just happens to be self-care Saturday. So I'm not really focused on recording, but I will record videos on one of these on the days that I have to record for the messages that I'm putting out. This is about survival. This is about how did I survive in the wilderness? What did I do? Um, I'm up early. It's 8:57, and for me, this is a late morning. I'm usually up at 6. For 2 years, I was up at 4, but up in the last maybe the last 2 months, I changed that from getting up, or maybe 3 months. For the last 3 months now, I changed it from getting up at 4 a.m. to getting up at 6 a.m. Because I used to go live at 7 a.m., like an actual live, whereas now I do recordings. I used to have to get up in the morning, 4 a.m., get prepared for the message, 7 a.m., go live, and then get on with the rest of my day. But I switched that up. Like I was burnt out. I was tired. But I'm still usually up. Like even this morning, I was up kind of early because I'm so used to being up. And so this is a late day for me. So I'm grateful to be able to sleep in. Um, having the shades back there definitely contributed to that, because nobody can really see me in the back of the car. You got to really be looking for me. Like you got to really be looking inside my car in order to see me. I'm grateful for that. I'm 5'6", so I'm actually able to lay like all the way across the back seat, which is a blessing. Because I'm short. So, and for the longest time, I was actually sleeping here in the front seat. But oh my gosh, I was in Santa Monica at the time. One night I went to sleep. I would just let the seat all the way back. And FYI, it is illegal in California to sleep in your car. Yeah, so it's illegal to sleep in your car in California. And so I used to just like try to find somewhere. Sleeping tips. I have very specific places where I sleep. Like if you in your city, or if you're even in when I was in LA, I had very particular ways that I would find a place to park and sleep. Some Walmarts in LA will allow you, or some grocery stores, and maybe in wherever you are, they will allow you to sleep in the parking lot. I'm going to try to hold these to an hour. They may allow you to sleep in the parking lots, but most of them here don't. You got to go. And so, because one time security woke me up and was like, you got to go. And so, at first I was sleeping here in the front seat. I still have stuff in the back, but as I have been on this journey, I have condensed the stuff that I have. And so now I have a lot less a lot less than what I had when I first started. I used to have this like really big blue tote that was on my back seat for a long time, and I ended up, when we left Arkansas, I got rid of that, and I've just kind of been, I used to have a cooler. I don't even have a cooler anymore. I needed the cooler. I might even need a cooler. I might need a cooler now. But I had one. It was a really good cooler, but it was big. It was good, but it was big, and so I ended up throwing it away. And there was really nothing wrong with it. I should have donated it, but I ended up throwing it away when I was in LA. And so so you may need a cooler. I needed the cooler when I was in Dallas. So if you can get a cooler at some point, like I said, I started with one, but I don't have one now. Um, and I've thought about getting another one, but I just hadn't got one. I just kind of, and I'll show y'all more about eating and stuff like that um, as I go through and do these videos. I don't know. Is this what you call a vlog? I guess so. This, if you call it a video vlog. So this is day one of From the Car to the Kingdom. Whatevs. So I used to have a cooler. So if you want to get a cooler, then fine. What I would suggest to anyone who is in this experience, the less, the better. Okay. Just like in your house, you can get cluttered. You're going to have to clean. Today is cleaning day for me. I'm actually thinking about washing my car today because I hadn't washed my car, and I was feeding this seagull yesterday, and I was putting stuff on my hood for this one little seagull that I have a relationship with. Just saying, we're friends. And so I'm thinking about washing my car today. So I do spend like the weekends kind of, like I said, self-care. Saturdays, Sundays is like, okay, let me get ready to get the week going. But back to a cooler. So if you want to get a cooler, by all means, please do so. If you have or are able, this one is, I've had this for a really long time, and I got this from Walmart. This is my Hydro Flat, or it's a Bubba, but I got this from Walmart, and I've had this for so many years. And for a long time, I wasn't using it, or at first I wasn't using it. But of course, back, a lot of what I'm talking about is started in 2023. So when I had my cooler, I used to get my cooler, and I would fill this up with ice. And at one point, I wasn't drinking water the way I was supposed to be. I was drinking more of the little flavor packets. So if you have children, or even if you just don't, try to drink your water, hydrate your soul, drink your water, say your gratitude. But get you a water container, okay? Preferably something that if you're gonna be on the go, it can move around with you, and that closes. You don't have to worry about it. So I feel this now. I don't have a cooler, so every couple of days, I fill this up, or like usually like every other day. It lasts that long. I fill this up with ice. I don't know where you stay, but because I'm speaking, a lot of what I'm talking, of course, a lot of what I'm talking about is here in California. There are, shout out to 7-Eleven, not all of them, but shout out to 7-Eleven. If you purchase a $1 cup, let me show y'all. If you purchase, I'm almost parked, so if you $1 big gulp cup, then you can get ice for free. And so this is my cup that I purchased, I don't know how long ago. And so so every other day you go to like certain 7-Elevens, not all of them, but I think it's the difference between it being like somebody owning them versus like Circle K. I mean 7-Eleven owning them. You purchase your cup, and then you can get ice for free. So I fill up my hydro every other day, and then I'm gonna show y'all what I do for water. Like I said in the beginning, y'all, I was trying to keep bottled water all the time, and bottled water is not expensive, but it took up a lot of space. And so as I have learned and grown on this journey, I have two of these. I have two-gallon water pitchers. And here in California, and I'm pretty sure they have these other places too, but here in California, oh yeah, I gotta fill up the other one. they have water machines, and so you can go and fill these up. I have found some here that you can fill up for like 20 for a quarter. I have found some that are 50 cents. So it's usually either 25 cents or 50 cents. And so whenever I need to, like I have one that's empty and that's a little under half, so or a little over half, and so I'll go fill it up. Fill them up for like $1, and those 2 gallons of water usually last me about maybe about a week and a half, depending on if I'm drinking my water the way I'm supposed to. But I typically don't put anything in this besides water. I do have a cup that I use. Like I have another cup back here that my daughter got me, um, that I use for like coffee, or that's really the only other thing that I drink. And I have another one of these that's plastic, and so it doesn't insulate as well, that you can use if you do like the little flavor packets, the little singles. Go to Dollar Tree. Again, I am here. This is not represent that. Well, I listen. Me and Dollar Tree are we in a personal relationship. They don't even know it. Um, Dollar Tree is amazing. Okay, so you can go and get your little flavor package from like Dollar Tree. Um, and so if you just don't want to drink water, but I only put water in here, and so that's going to be an essential that you're going to need. And if you can get one of the metal ones, please do so, because they keep your ice longer and you're going to need it. Okay. When I was in Dallas, y'all, like I said, I had to have a cooler because, and it was like this big, and I know where I got it from, not Texarkana. Um, I remember where I got it from. It belonged to one of my exes, and so, but when I moved, it was still there. So I ended up using it. And at first, I wasn't using it for cold food and ice and stuff. But there's some places you can find, and they have like um, ice machines. And in some of those places, you can fill up your ice and your water. And so if you want to get a cooler, do that and put your ice in there, keep some cold stuff in there, all that good stuff. I was getting ready to talk about sleeping, and I think I'll do a video when it's nighttime to kind of go further into that instead of trying to do it on this video. I just got to where I'm going to hang out today. This is actually, it's way busier than it was yesterday. Um, I found this yesterday. Crazy, y'all. I've been in San Diego for 7 years almost, and I'd never been over here until yesterday. And so I came back to the same spot today. Blessings. They actually have a garbage can that I can empty my garbage and parked. Okay, so the sun is bright. The sun is literally right here, but you can see the airplanes from here. It was a nice spot that I found yesterday, and so anyway, that's pretty much the gist of this. I really don't be knowing, y'all. Like I'm always gonna tell y'all the truth. Like I don't, the God, like God will tell me to do something. And again, let me just be very, very clear. The Lord had already told me in my spirituals that I was supposed to be doing these videos yesterday on the live. Because these I'm just gonna publish. I'm not going to do these as a live. I'm just gonna publish these. And so yesterday on the live, I was literally, it was something we were talking about, and with the situation that happened in LA, I always want to, I'm like, Lord, how can I help? And the first thing he told me was give this message. Now, prior to all of this happening, this was about maybe 3 weeks ago. The Lord gave me an instruction to start doing From the Car to the Kingdom. I actually recorded a video, but I ended up deleting that video. And the Lord, he convicted me a little bit. He was like, I told you. And I'm like, okay, but I deleted it. I even have some videos that are recorded from the time that I was in LA for the Jennifer Hudson show. And I may end up releasing those. Like, I'm just this is like purging, y'all, message. This is like purging my vault. Um, purging everything that, look at the plane that I have experienced. And because I know that God is putting me in a new season, and I believe him for that. um I believe him for doing something new in my life all the time, because he's done so much. And there's, man, these videos could be so long, y'all, and I'm not really pressed for time. One thing God has given me is time freedom. And I know that most people would probably say, well, how are you free and you still live in a car? I'm free because God says so. I'm free because there's no, like, I'm in control of my time. And I think that's what true time freedom is. There are days where I feel like I don't have enough time to get everything done that God is asking me to do. But time freedom for me, and I think everybody or people will have a different understanding or definition of it, but time freedom for me is I'm in control of my time. I control how, with the Lord, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't move unless he tells me to. But I'm in control of my time. I don't have anybody telling me what to do, telling me when to clock in, clock out, when to move, when to go, when to get up, when to go to bed. I don't have any of that. I am in control of my time. And I try very diligently to use my time wisely. So I don't like to waste time. Um, but I'm in control of my time, and I feel like that's what time freedom is. Um, and most people would say that you need money in order to have time freedom, but I have learned that you don't need money to have time freedom. Um, I don't even know if that'll make sense, but maybe you need to have time freedom in order to have money freedom, because when you are free from, you know, I trying to just be everything, like be having to be somewhere and being able to just work, like live your day the way God wants you to live it. It really is very free. So like today, I'm not pressed, I'm not pressured, I'm relaxed. I don't have anything that I just have to get done. Everything that I'm doing at this point is basically what I want to get done, which I don't, if I don't want to do nothing today, I'm not. Like I said, I might do my nails today. I'm back. If look, listen, if you know me, you know me, y'all. I kind of like I'll be having 50 conversations with the Lord with spirit and him in my head. So, and in my spiritual, so just work with me. But um the Lord, he told me many moons ago to start doing these videos. No idea that what was going to be happening in LA was going to happen. And I deleted that video. I went through and was deleting all my old lives, and I deleted that video. And the Lord said, you gonna do it. And so here I am, hopefully helping someone to go through their own experience, and just giving any information, anything that I can to just help people to adapt to a new life, to survive the wilderness. I wanted to originally call this Surviving the Wilderness, but I just feel like the car from the car to the kingdom is better. And so and yes, it's very God centered, because he is the center of my life. And again, people will say, well, why would God let this happen to you? Well, God didn't let this happen to me. I let this happen to me. I allowed myself to get in this position by making decisions that were not good for me. God gives us free will. There is, we oftentimes want to blame God for things when we're the ones who makes the decisions. God doesn't do anything to put us in harm's way. He gives us a choice, and we either choose to go right or go left. We either choose to do the right thing or do something that is detrimental to us. It was, for me, it was as simple as, making bad financial decisions. And that's just a true story. God didn't put me here. He's allowed me. He didn't put me here. I put me here. But he's done so much with me, for me, and through me here in this space that he could not have done had I not put myself in this position. Because in this season, I've had to learn to depend on him, because there have been times when if it wasn't for God taking care of me, I wouldn't have made it. I wouldn't have ate. There were times when I didn't have food. There were times when I didn't have gas. There were times, look, I need to charge my phone up. There were times when I didn't have um, water. There were times when I couldn't take a bath. And so I had to figure out a way to take a bath. So there have been a lot of things and experiences, y'all, that I have had to learn how to adapt through. But one thing about it was that I always had everything that I needed. And sometimes I just had to learn how to improvise some things. And sometimes there were things that just I didn't think about. And then all of a sudden it was like a light bulb went off and it was like, oh, you should have been did that. Things like, my gym membership. For those of you, shout out to Planet Fitness. Man, message. There's so many things that I'm gonna hopefully just be able to share with y'all and help you to, start your journey so much better than I did. I don't want these videos to be super long, but I can honestly say most of this is just gonna come from the spirit. So I don't never really know what's gonna be included in these videos, but I will try to share as much as I can of my journey and how I have survived and just lived and thrived, because I am thriving and I speak my life into existence. I'm speaking that this is going to encourage someone and empower someone. Most people, if you would just see me, you wouldn't look at me and tell. 'Cause there was a time when it wasn't true, but you couldn't just look at me and tell that I'm homeless, because I'm on a mission, and I want someone else to make this commitment to yourself that you don't have to look like what you're going through. I know that things can be very, very hard. And it took me a long time to even get to that point to make that commitment. Mine started about a year ago, where I was just like, I refuse to look like what I'm going through. And so um some of the things that I'm able to do now are new, because I wasn't in a place to be able to do those, like my nails, like my hair. Um, Makeup has always been my thing, so I've always had that. But of course, I have my own cosmetics line as well that I've created since I've been in this car. There's so much we're going to talk about on this series, y'all. So much, so much, so much. But I don't want to, like, I'll have something to talk about. Well, some days I ain't going to have nothing to talk about. It's just going to be what we talk about. It may just be, and I would encourage someone else, if you are starting out on a journey like this, start a YouTube channel. Because y'all, I'm also here to try to help people create streams of income for themselves, right? And man, I look, I could talk about this. I could just keep going and keep going and keep going with no care for how long this video is, y'all, because I just need somebody to be encouraged, and I need somebody to just know that you're going to be all right. And I know that as you're in the beginning of your struggle, the beginning of your wilderness season, it doesn't always feel like you're going to be all right. But I need you to know that you're going to be all right. And I need you to know that your story, this journey that God is taking you through at this time, it is going to be significant. It's going to be hard, but he loves you all the same. And you never know why God takes you through a thing. You never know why God sends you through a season of hardship. And everybody has difficulties, and everybody's journey and story is different. But you never know how God is going to use that testimony to be a blessing to someone else. You never know. Me, I have been recreated in this car. I have been reborn in this car. There were things, if God had not put me, if I had not put myself in this car, if this was not my journey, I wouldn't even be telling this story right now. I wouldn't be able to tell some people some things that you gonna need in the wilderness in order to survive. I wouldn't be able to tell people, hey, go to Dollar Tree and shop. Hey, go to Aldi. Shout out to Aldi. Shout out to Dollar Tree. Go to these stores so that you can get fruits and vegetables, because we'll be talking about things like your diet, y'all. A true story, since I've been in this car, in addition to having surgery back in 2022, well, no, 2023, right before I started this journey, I've had, and plus just aging, um I've gone through a lot of hormonal changes, gaining weight, sedentary lifestyle, because you are sitting down a lot. It's just like being at work, right? If you, because I work, I'm recording videos. And so I try to, so the gym membership is going to be necessary. I will try my best to drop as many links as I can for things that will benefit you. The Planet Fitness links, a link for Planet Fitness. Let me just tell y'all this, man. Planet Fitness. Shout out to Planet Fitness. Okay, let me just tell y'all the significance of this. I want to try to cover basic needs, and thank you, Lord. I want to try to cover basic needs and necessities, because this is things that if I had have known in the beginning, it would have saved me so much time. So let me speak on Planet Fitness or your gym of choice. This is not a promotion for Planet Fitness. This is me telling you that I use Planet Fitness. Why? Because Planet Fitness, and I hope if they have a Planet Fitness in your area, they have a $10 a month plan. And I will drop my referral link, and I'm gonna explain the importance of why you need to use this referral link. Planet Fitness has, when I started a year ago, and I just looked at it, I started on January, I want to say it's, or either February 17th. I just looked at when I started Planet Fitness, but it literally has been a year. So Planet Fitness has a special where for $10 a month, you can go and exercise, and you can also take a shower, y'all. Now let me be very clear. They have two plans. They have one for $10 a month, and they have one for $25 a month. When I first started, I was on the $10 a month plan. So let's talk about increase, how God will make things happen for you. So when I first started, I was in LA, and because I didn't have this, mind you, y'all, when I was moving before I got to LA, so I've only been using Planet Fitness for a year. But prior to that, when I was in Dallas and when I was in the wilderness, I did not have a gym membership. And we can talk about how I survived, how I took a bath, because I still took a bath, but it wasn't the way you would think, because it wasn't a regular in the showers or and I sitting in the tub. It wasn't none of that. I still had to keep myself clean. We'll talk about in a second. But they have a $10 membership, $25 membership. If you have a Planet Fitness that is by you and you're able to get to it, I don't care if you have to catch the bus. Get the membership. Just hear me and understand that the Lord is going to make a way to make sure that you can take a shower. I didn't know it until I had been on the journey for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months. However, I'm grateful for it. Um, what was I doing when I was in Austin? Oh, it was the little bathrooms, huh? Yeah, it was the little bathrooms. So get the membership. You're going to have to pay a $50 annual fee, or it's like $49. It's an annual fee once a year. Mine is coming up. As a matter of fact, mine is coming up March the 1st. I have a $50 fee. I'm not worried about how the fee gonna get paid. God made a way for me then, he'll make a way for me now. Just like he made a way to make sure, because I prayed and I was like, Lord, please allow me to always have the money to make sure that I can keep my gym membership. And guess what? He has. There's not been a single month that I have not had the money to pay, and it's an automatic deduction. For those of you, let me just, man, these finna be so real. I have never, again, God is telling me to share this with y'all. I don't have a bank account. Okay. So y'all are literally, even though we're kind of coming in the middle, y'all are actually in the middle, in the beginning of seeing me rebuild my life. Y'all, I don't even have a checking account. I do not have a banking account. Like at a bank, I use a Walmart prepaid debit card, and that is what I use for checking for my money. Okay. You can of course use Cash App. You can use PayPal as well. You can use whatever you want to use. I don't bank at an actual bank. Why? Because I don't have a physical address. And so I had to figure out a way to do that. So since 2023, I've been using the same little Walmart prepaid card. At one point, I had two of them. Now I have one. I've been using the same little prepaid Walmart card. Okay. And it gives you a checking account. It's like a checking account. It gives you a routing and a account number. You can do the same thing with Cash App and get you a Cash App card. I am blessed. I am able to send mail to my daughter's house. So But when I did all of this, I had to use the Walmart card because I was in Texas, so I didn't even have somewhere to send anything to. So you're going to have to pay $50 a year, and then you're going to pay $10 a month. The Lord has since upgraded me to, so the $10 a month plan, you're only able to go to one Planet Fitness. Because the Lord has had me moving around so much, like a lot, so much. Um, he has since upgraded me to the $25 a month where I can use any Planet Fitness. So ultimately, that's what you want to get to. You want to get to where you can go to any Planet Fitness versus just being kind of confined to one. For a long time, I was confined to one Planet Fitness, and then it wasn't even. I don't even think it was like a month, and then the next month, I was like, man, Lord, I need to upgrade this because he was moving me around to different places in LA. And so um he blessed me to be able to upgrade to the Black Card membership. And so I was able to use any Planet Fitness. And so you're going to go and you'll have to decide which Planet Fitness fits best for you. Um but that's one, and again, I can only share resources message. I can only share resources that I have personally used, but you can find something better. But definitely look at a gym membership because that will give you the ability to take a shower. And let me just tell y'all, there's nothing better than a shower. Nothing. There's nothing better than a shower. And especially if you go through a time period where it was like months before you were able to take one. Because, okay, so speaking on this, because we want to talk about, as we did, I showed you a way to make sure you have your toothpaste, your toothbrush, your mouthwash. Use that to brush your teeth. Get your little face wipes. If you don't use, like, I use very specific uh, wipes on my face, but if you don't have that, then by all means use the other little um baby wipes if you want to. Whatever works for you. If you want to use regular water, it just was more convenient for me to have these already in the package. For before I was able to get the gym membership, I had to take a bath. And at this time I was in Dallas. Well, I was in LA, and green, y'all, didn't know anything, right? I didn't know anything about being on this journey. And so I would take my book bag for like it was only about a week, maybe a week and a half that this lasted. I would put some clothes in my book bag and go in Walmart and take a wash off in Walmart. We call it a whole bath. I'm from the South. We call it a whole bath. And so but then I was like, but then one day they stopped me at Walmart. I was like, you can't bring your book bag in here. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense because they'll think you're stealing. And so I had to figure something else out. So by this time, what I end up doing, man, this is so crazy. By this time, what I end up doing was, I may have did this with Walmart for like a few weeks. Um, Man, this is crazy. I hadn't thought about this in a minute. When I couldn't when I couldn't take my book bag in Walmart. So at first I would try to take my book bag in there or whatever. When I couldn't do that anymore, still not knowing what to do, I would I would have a purse and I would put my body wash in a purse, and I would go, and then I would put my underwear, my panties, and I would put a bra in my purse because it was big enough to where I would be able to put stuff in it. And I would just take that in Walmart, and I would bathe in the Walmart bathroom and then change my panties, change my bra, and then like I would have the same clothes, but then when I would get in the car, I would change my clothes. I don't know how I was doing that. I really don't. Like it almost is like a blank in my memory because I can't, like, even the fact I hadn't thought about that in so long. So then I ended up switching from that. I was like, okay, I got to figure out something different. So what I ended up using was I had an empty coffee container from Walmart, like just the little instant coffee. We'll talk about coffee another day. The little instant coffee from Walmart, the biggest one they had, I had that. And then I had another bottle, and then I had a bottle of body wash. And so what I would do is I ended up getting having like two bottles. Let me show y'all because I have to fill mine up today. I told y'all this is like real life, and you would never think that you have to have these skills, but yes, I still use my book bag right now. So let me just show y'all because I actually have to fill this up today. That's so crazy. I have to fill it up today. So I had two of these. And right now I actually have like the big size thing of Dial. And so it's in the trunk. So I gotta fill up my body wash today. So I had one of these that was full and I had one that was empty. And so I would take about this much soap. I don't even know if y'all can see that because right now, I would literally leave about this much soap. There, that's better. I would leave about this much soap or put about this much soap in the empty bottle. Okay. And then take the top off and fill this with water. So this would be what I would bathe with. So now it's full with water, so it's soapy. And then I would take not this one because this is not this is not Walmart brand. And I would take an empty coffee container like this, and I cleaned it out. It was gone. I had an empty coffee container like this, and I would fill this up with clear water. Now, hindsight, I probably could have used like a gallon jug, but this is stuff that I could fit in this book bag. So I would take this, put it in my book bag, and I would carry it down. So by this time, I've figured out I started finding little places to go. I would find like restrooms where they had running water, and I would go in the wherever this restroom was, like public restrooms. These are mostly at parks. I'm literally at the beach right now, or and so they have like the public restrooms. And by this time, I've left and gone to Dallas. Let me take it back. When I first had to start doing this, I was going to Dallas, and so I would go and I would find a restroom at like a park. In Dallas, I had one very specific restroom that I would go to all the time, and they actually had hot water. Most of the places had cold water, but this one that I went to that I found, it was over near Carrollton. It had hot water. So I would go there like every other day. I would go there to take a bath. And so, like I said, I would fill this up with soap and water, this with clear water. And so I would have my little sponge, right? And so this is already water. So I just put it on my sponge. I bathe myself, and then I would rinse myself with the clear water. Okay. And that's what I did, y'all, for months, 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 months. Um, Up until I got my plan. So from June 2023 up until February 2024. That was how long I had to use this method. And again, I would find a restroom. It would be you typically when it was since I've been in California, because the Lord sent me back. Thank God for God. He sent me back because it's very, very cold. Oh, I was in Dallas over the summertime. And so it gets very, very cold in the South, whereas it gets cold here, but not cold like it gets there. I probably would have had like pneumonia or something and wouldn't have survived if I had been in Dallas. And so the Lord sent me back to California. And so from then until now, because I got back here in October of 2023, um, that was how I was able to take a bath. So there was a time from October up until February when I got my Planet Fitness membership that I was having to do this method every other day. And I typically would be at the beach, and that's how I would take a bath. Because you gotta stay clean, right? You gotta stay clean. So I hope that helps somebody. Like, and I know it sounds crazy and it sucks, and I'm not laughing about it, because I can remember how many times I cried about it. And I can remember one time when I was so depressed about the situation that I was in. This was right before I was able to get I'm gonna say it, it was right before the Lord blessed me with the gym membership. I was so depressed that I didn't take a shower. I didn't even worry about bathing. It was like a week. I was Because I had given up on life. I had given up because I was so tired and I was so mad, and I was just like, F it, you know. And I talked about this on one of the messages the other day. I think I released it. Um, I was so depressed. And the thing about it was, no one knew how depressed I was. Um, no one knew what I was actually experiencing and going through. It's kind of like, this is kind of like therapy, and it's allowing me to just let somebody know that it's okay and you're going to be okay. No one knew that how much I was suffering with what I was going through, because I still had to get up every day and do my work. I still had to get up and give the messages that God was asking me to give, and it was all I could do to pull myself up and give these messages every day, and then be angry with God, because I'm like, how are you using me to uplift other people, and how are you using me to empower other people, and this is how I'm living my life? Like, y'all, it was a hard time for me. And so there's no shame in me. The Lord has removed all shame from me, because one thing that keeps us from coming out of situations a lot of times is being embarrassed about what we're going through. And so thank you, Lord, for the wind. I don't know why I was sitting up in here burning up. Anyway, I'm back. So there was a time when I was so very depressed about my situation and my life, and still just having to get up every day and do this work that God was asking me to do. And so I would get up and put on a smile and act like everything was good, and I would do my work, and then I would be offline, and I was just depressed. And so there was a time where I had really just given up. Um and it was right at that time where I had just said, like, I'm not finna do this. I'm just going to, like, I'm not finna keep giving these messages. I'm not finna keep doing all of this. That the Lord literally was like, listen, go get this gym membership and hush, because I was like, I want to take a bath. It was a hard time. And so much love to people, to anyone who's suffering in silence. Much love to people who are going through things that they don't even know or understand that you're going through. Um, that's right, because these can be up to 2 hours. So the Lord is telling me not to put a time limit on this, because um, this is needed. This is needed for people. It's needed. And I don't know how He's going to use this. And I just pray that it helps someone to um, be encouraged and be okay, and know that even though that was a hard season for me. And I'm not saying that this season is not, in as a whole it's been hard. That particular time of my life was very, very challenging, because the difference was, the last time that I was depressed like that, it was when my mom died, and I ended up becoming addicted to drugs. I ended up becoming an alcoholic. Hence me losing the life that I knew at that time. Y'all will hear me talk about this. I was a nurse for 20 years. I was a registered nurse. And when my mom died, I went into major depression, ended up addicted to prescription pills, and ended up losing everything. I lost my house, I lost everything. And that's how I ended up here in California, and then had to go through loss again. Um, since I've been here a couple of times, based upon me repeating the same cycles. But this time, when I went, this is the most depressed that I have been, since other than when my mom died, because at this point had lost. So this cycle starting June 11th of 2023. Um, I had to give my son up. He had to go live with his dad because now I'm homeless. I don't have anywhere for him to live, and I'm living in my car. So it was like I was just really, really, really depressed. And the last time I was depressed, I turned to drugs and I turned to alcohol as a means of escape. And this time, when I went through this depression, all I had was God, but I was angry with Him because I was still in a stage of blaming Him for what I had gone through, and why hadn't He saved me? Why hadn't you rescued me? Why would you allow me to go through this? Why would you let me live like this? And I was angry, and He didn't get mad at me. He just listened, right? He just listened to my ranting and my being pissed off, and he just listened to what I had to say. um and he let me cry, and then he comforted me, and then he was just like, I know now. Thank you, Lord. Like, I know now what I didn't know then. um and so he blessed me right after that, and he was just like, go take a bath. And so he blessed me with a gym membership. And I can remember when I first went to this gym, and it wasn't one of the best Planet Fitnesses that I've been to. Let me just say that, because some of the Planet Fitnesses are in neighborhoods that are not always the best. But I can remember, so this Planet Fitness was like in the hood, right? Because look, real, raw, for real, for raw, for uncut. Okay. I didn't care about none of that. I'm very receptive to energy. And so the energy in the place was just like OMG. Um, but I didn't care about none of that, because when I went in there and I turned that shower on and it was hot water, I remember just standing under that water, y'all, and just crying. And I just stood there and just cried for as long as I just stood. I don't even know how long it was. I just stood there and cried, because it was just like, man, people take for granted the small things. I took for granted being able to take a hot shower. And so um then being able to experience that again, after having spent after having spent many months of taking cold baths in a cold bathroom. It was the most beautiful experience, and I was so grateful. So that was one of the things that taught me gratitude, right? It taught me gratitude because I can remember having to take a bath like that. And then that, just the hot shower was like such a blessing. Um, and it's one of the first things that really made me start having a heart of gratitude, because we take for granted the small things. It was very cold bathing in these restrooms, in these bathrooms or restrooms that are public. They're dirty. Um, so I went through a season of having to try to find, like, just try to find the best accommodations that I could. So please, I would encourage anyone, even if you're not going through this journey, don't take for granted those small things, those small comforts, because if you ever lose them, you will be begging God for them to be back in your life. And so um hygiene is high. I think that's why, day one, I know it kind of coming out the gate. Like I said, y'all, I don't know everything we're going to be talking about, but I want to encourage someone, and I will, as I publish this video, I will definitely try to put the links for my Planet Fitness. And let me talk about links. Thank you. Let me talk about the referral links. Y'all, I don't get paid. Okay. I'm not getting paid by Planet Fitness, but I have a referral link. And the reason I'm going to tell you to sign up for this referral link is to help me and to help you. When you, if someone signs up using your referral link, you can get a free month. If you use my link and you sign up, then that'll give me a free month that I don't have to pay for. It's like a credit, right? And let me just tell you, when you first start this journey, $10 can make or break your life. $10 can be the difference between whether you get to eat that day or not. And so You don't have to give people, I don't want you to give people my referral link. I want you to use the link. And then I want you to get your own link. And I want you to go share that with people in your community, people who you know, so that everybody can benefit. And that's how we start. And there are other resources and things that I've used that I'll share throughout these videos, so that we can all win, so that we can all help each other. And I'm here to tell somebody, you may think that $10 ain't nothing, but $10, $5 can be the difference between a meal and being hungry for the day. It has been for me many times. Um, Let me be very clear about this as well, because I need people to understand this may not be your journey. This is my story, my testimony to the Lord. Most people will say, "ToShae, why didn't you get a job?" I cannot make people understand that sometimes God will not allow you to work. And people can say that's crazy. People can say you that's you no, yeah, everybody need to work. If you don't work, you don't eat. I was not working for someone else. I have been working for the Lord. And there's a difference. When God told me, or when I decided to quit my job and decided to become a full-time entrepreneur in May of 2022, the same day I decided to quit, they decided to end my contract. So from May 2022 up until now, God has sustained me. It ain't nobody but God. Like, I have no other answer, because I have not, other than 2 months within this last almost 3 years, God has provided for me. Um, there were times when I tried to get a job, and no matter how many times I tried to get a job, I could not get a job. This is a true story. And guess what? And I'm here to tell somebody, and people gonna think, you could think I'm lying if you want to, but I'm not. I have no reason to, and I don't lie. I don't have a reason to. I can give God this glory because it's a true story. True story, give God the glory. God has provided every single thing that I've needed. Everything. If you don't read the Bible, if you want to start reading the Bible, please start at the book of Genesis, and you're gonna find yourself, especially if you're on the journey where you're beginning to struggle. You still need to start at Genesis, but read the Bible, and you're gonna find yourself. You're gonna find yourself being the Israelites, me in the wilderness. You want me to what? I'm literally right now walking out the word. What do I mean by that? In the story in the Bible, I have found myself going and being and relating to many of the characters in the Bible. And I ain't done. I do Bible clarity. We read the Bible 2 chapters at a time. I post those videos every day. I got to actually go and post a video for today. So I'll be done with this in a second. Um, but I'm going to post this video as well. Um, I'll do that. So you will find yourself. People think people have turned the Bible into religion. The Bible is not religion. The Bible is instructions, y'all. You will find yourself. You will face yourself. You will know yourself when you start reading the Bible. I don't do religion. I don't do religiosity. I don't do none of that. And you will hear me talk about God and Jesus. You will hear it, and because they are the head. That's God is the head of my life, but I don't do religion. I don't. I read tarot. Most people would say that is bad, but that's how God is using me. So anyway, I think that's all I'm gonna say on this video. It's already 118. Ain't today the 18th? Come on, 118, an hour and 18 minutes long. Share, get. I'm gonna drop my referral link. Use the referral link to create your own, or sign up, y'all, so that you can go take a shower. You'd be amazed how many people don't know this, because many people, if you ain't never I've never even thought about taking a shower in a gym. And I had a Planet Fitness membership before, but I ain't never had to think about taking a shower at the gym. Why? Because I've never had to use that resource. But you'd be amazed at how you don't know stuff. And then when you need to know stuff, you have no idea. You're just like, where do I start? What do I do? I don't even know how to begin. And this is just a beginning, y'all. This is a beginning to say, hey, this helped me. And let me just tell this to somebody else, and we're going to be done with this. Y'all listen, you're going to have to let go of pride. it was very hard for me to have to take a shower. Even in high school, like I never showered in a gym and in within like I never did that. And pride is going to be one of the things that God is going to have to remove out of your spirituals and your heart, because you're going to have to you're going to have to change some things that you would not have ordinarily done. It was hard for me to have to take a shower, um, a communal shower. Whereas now, I will say this, I'm grateful because there are a few times now, like some every now and again, I'm able to take like a shower at my daughter's house, and I'm so though it's those moments now that I've been using a communal shower for a year. It's those moments that are such a blessing because it actually is peace. Because when you're in the shower in the gym, um, there's people in and out. The some places have shower curtains, some Planet Fitnesses have shower curtains, other ones have glass partitions, but you can still see like your outline. So I know it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. And I just hope that this first video encourages someone. Let me just be honest and say, God had to give me strength, y'all, to start. And because I had to pray about it, and I was like, Lord, if it's your will, have your way. And if you want me to start talking about this stuff, then I will. Because again, I'm not ashamed of it. But um he had to strengthen me for it. He had to strengthen me to be able to have the courage to put this video out here and just start talking to people about real life stuff and how you gonna make it. You're going to survive this season. And it may seem impossible right now because if you're whatever you're going through, your experience may be new, it may be old. Even wherever you're at, just know that you're gonna be all right and you're gonna get through it, and it's going to get better. Things are going to improve. um I live in the positivity space, okay? Like I live in the positivity space because if you stay on the same type of energy of woe is me, that's what you're gonna keep receiving. And so um it's hard in the beginning, but as you go through your journey and your experience, the Lord is going to strengthen you. He's going to strengthen you to make sure that you're able to get through it. Okay. Um that's it. I think that's all I got for today. Unless the Lord tells me to record another video, I might just do these once a day and just kind of go from there. So, um, y'all, hydrate your soul and things, drink your water, say your gratitude, have a fantastic and amazing day in Purpose on Purpose. I want to thank y'all for those of you who stayed. I want to thank y'all for even just allowing me to tell my story and tell my testimony. I talk about stuff a lot on the messages that I give every day, but these are a little different. This is me actually saying, okay, y'all, I'm really putting these videos out here to try to help somebody else get through their own journey. And I'm going to commit to doing this every single day. Um, I'm going to commit to try to making sure that I record a video. They may be at different times of the day. They may not always be in the morning, but this is a new beginning for me. So I thank y'all for listening. I thank you for allowing me to tell my story. I thank you, and I hope that this encourages you and helps you in your own situation, in your own struggles, in your own journey. And just know we gonna thug it out. We gonna make it through the wilderness. We gonna make it through the wilderness, and yes, we're going into the promised land, but we going like my story. I'm going from the car to the kingdom. That's where I have gone, from the car to the kingdom. So anyway, I'll see y'all on the next one. I love y'all in real life. Bye, y'all. Thank you, Lord.